Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most. When are you gonna let us on stream for? 1,000. When I get to my 1,000, almost already at 1,000. I made a promise even before I started the channel. Once I get to 1,000 views, that I would start doing a calling show where I would be able to get everyone's view on. But obviously I've already like now almost just less than 200 away. So once I get to that level, I will start bringing people on CFC 223. So that could be almost in a week or two, given how the rate I'm going at. Luckily, thank God. But moving on quickly. Hi guys, welcome back to the stream. As I said previously, to the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. As you know, this is a Wednesday. On Wednesdays, we do the Chelsea transfer roundup. We look at what's happened so far, things to come. If there's some major breaking news on a Wednesday, we also discuss those breaking news. There's actually been quite a few breaking news that's happened actually today in particular. But yes, we discussed that and we discussed some other things too. So, hey, thank you guys for coming on. Always a pleasure, as always, for you, for me and my viewers, for seeing you. Obviously, we'll have a few guys coming on to come and have a chat in regards to some of the machinations that have been happening at Chelsea Football Club, etc., etc. So, hey ho, man, come along, enjoy the stream, and have a nice one. Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely be discussing Ulisse today. That's one of the topics that I definitely have in mind to discuss about when it comes to Michael Elise, for sure. Another topic that I also have to discuss will be some of the news in regards to Lewis Hall, some of the outgoings as well, some other stuff that we'll definitely be speaking about. Other than Elise will be, as I said to you before, Ziyech, Gallagher, Chalaba. Another one that no one's talking about as much that I've kind of noticed as well is my boy from another, my brother from another mother, and that is Matson as well. That's another key topic we need to talk about. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And CUC 23, that's what we're about to actually get on, which is Lewis Hall. We will discuss him. We will discuss him in detail, in my opinion, because he's a big boy that no one's apparently talking about for some reason. And I would like to discuss the topic on that one as well. So it's a lot of stuff to discuss on, but you know what? We'll start with the breaking news, and that is actually on my boy Matson. Let me just bring that up for you guys to have a little read, and it'll be interesting to get some of your thoughts and opinions on it. And this is from Felix Johnson, who's a Chelsea insider. Shouts out to him. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just increase the size for it for you guys to have a nice little look at. So this is an exclusive from him. Ian Matson has rejected Chelsea's first verbal contract offer. There is no panic yet. Situation described as an open negotiation. West Ham very interested in Ian Matson. So we have known, in my opinion, for quite a while when it comes to Ian Matson that he's a player of interest for West Ham. But we tried to. Apparently, he was available for sale at preseason too. But obviously, at preseason, he did a really good job for Pochettino. Pochettino really liked him. I think Pochettino also sees him as much more of as a Swiss Army knife, someone that he can plug into different parts of the attack. Different parts of the attack up front, and he can also be used as a left back. So that's something else to consider when we're thinking about in Matson too. So hey ho, man, it's going to be interesting in my opinion again to see what is going on with Ian Matson, whether or not he's going to work as a player. So hey man, we'll stay tuned to see what he's about. Is he good enough? Is he able to do the job that we need him to do? But obviously his first contract offer now has been rejected. And that's fine, for Leroy Cole rejected his first contract offer too. So, hopefully the second contract offer will come back with some better terms. He's happy about it. We're happy about it. And, it gets done. The fact that we're already offering a new contract for me indicates the club want him to stay and that, Poch wants him to stay too. So there's already a belief there that, something can actually happen. So I'm not too concerned about it at the end of the day. So, and I look forward to seeing what he does, man. I'm a big fan. As I said to you guys multiple times before, I'm a very big fan of Ian Matson, and I want to see him flourish. So we'll see what happens there. In my opinion, we'll see what happens there indeed. So give me your thoughts, guys. Do you think we'll be able to get Ian Matson's contract signed, sealed, and delivered? Because I personally think that will probably happen. I know that some people may not think that I may or may not have him, but I do think his contract will be sorted out, and he's saying that he's not going to be happening is going to be a lie. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get his contract sorted out. And hey ho, just let me know, man. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your opinions are, and yeah, man. I think I just think for me, when we're looking at someone like Ian Matson, we also need to we also need to realize, even though he's a top player, still needs room to develop. Um, with what we're doing now, bringing Olise, bringing a bunch of other players as well, are we going to be able to give him enough time? Enough time, to develop, give him the time that he needs to be in the right place at the right time too. Um, Obviously, with the rumors that Olise is now about to be signed in, we've got Mudryk there, got Jackson there, got Sterling there. For me, the one you're looking at is Sterling. Is the club maybe thinking about moving on Sterling? I think that might be something else to consider. Yeah, I agree with CFC 2023. I think his contract will most definitely be sorted. But again, it just comes back to me of when it comes down to my boy Matson. I just want him to get his contract sorted out and he's given the time that he deserves. Obviously, he didn't get that many minutes against Liverpool, but hopefully against West Ham, maybe we tried to plug him in. Maybe obviously with Sterling, he didn't really do that well in the second half. Maybe Pochettino tries him out. Maybe he tries out Mudryk, but we'll see about that. In the next game, indeed. So yeah, man, I think that's pretty much all we can discuss when it comes to Matson so far. The next player we're going to be discussing about, in my opinion, is while I bring him up actually, because where is Levi? No, sorry, Lewis Hall. So there's some big news actually in regards to Lewis Hall actually that we need to bring up. Dear me, what's going on today, man? Oh, wow. Apparently, Chelsea and so this is according to a secondary source. Chelsea and Newcastle on the brink of reaching an agreement on the permanent sale of Lewis Hall, being an initial loan with an obligation to buy of £31 million. Further details will be to be sorted, but looks all but done. So yeah, it's not looking good, Bob. So Lewis Hall, it looks like he's definitely going to be leaving the football club. Um, I heard Lewis Hall signed a 6-year contract not longer, and now we want to sell him. I'm not sure who's true that is. There's actually a number of truths to that, in my opinion. So Lewis Hall did sign a 6 plus 1 year deal. We know about that's for sure. We initially wanted to loan him out, but obviously we didn't brought in Romeo Lavia. We brought in Caicedo. We're planning to bring in another. We have to now bring in another GK. We have to bring in another striker. Release for 35 million is set to happen too. And so the club needs to resell one or two players again, and they're now looking at players from the youth. And Luke, I think for me, what's happened is that Chalobah is probably set to be sold soon. From the rumors I'm hearing now, it's either not enough. Forest is very hot on him. We know that Inter Milan are also hot on him too. I don't think that Conor Gallagher is going to get sold. I know not many people are not going to like me hearing to me say that, but the fact that he wants to fight for his place, he's already said he wants to fight for his place, and I also do believe the fact that you're also hearing the fact that you know Pochettino likes him as well. We know Pochettino likes him as well, and if you think about that midfield of Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo, you might, if you want to bring in some level of creativity, someone that can bring a bit more sting to that attack. Even though I do not 100% agree with this school of thought. I can see that I school of thought of the idea that maybe you keep Gallagher for that, you keep him for that energy thing that maybe that Pochettino wants from him. So that might be an option as to why he's probably staying at the football club too. So that's another thing to consider, in my opinion. But moving moreover from that, you then have Matson. I think Pochettino is a big fan of Matson. He was used quite a lot. You look at Lewis Hall, was not used a lot in preseason. Probably like 2 games he was used in. So it just comes back to that again. So I'm not really sure, where do you start? Where do you continue from? But let me just bring up this news to start. So the breaking news that came out was from Pies, and that was that oh, mm, uh, wow. So let me just bring this out. So Sam Wallace of the Telegraph revealed that Lewis Hall is up for sale essentially. So let me just bring that out for everyone to see that. and this is a breaking. Chelsea put Lewis Hall for sale, seeking around about £30 million. Um, I understand why we sell Lewis Hall, to be honest, because he's a midfielder and he's not going to get into our midfield. This is, I think, another point that I think about, because you look at Lewis Hall, his main position is midfield. Right now, he doesn't get into the midfield at all. There's already rumors about Karen Chukwuemeka being sent out on loan. We already know Ugo Chukwu is going to get sent out on loan. Santos is the one they see for the future in midfield. You then go to the left back situation. Chilwell was always going to stay. Whether people love him or hate him, Chilwell is the vice captain, guaranteed to stay. You then go to Cucurella. Cucurella is the one where you've got problems to start with. Cucurella, how can you move on Cucurella? That's the first question you got to ask yourself. You're bringing for 61 million. You're probably looking for 30 to 35 million now to somewhat, salvage some sort of losses from the Cucurella deal. You also have the fact that he's had a really, really bad season. He's continued that form into preseason too. He's not really had a great showing either. So, are you going to really be able to move on Cucurella? In my opinion, no. I think it's going to be extremely hard for you as a football club to be able to move Cucurella. So once that's the case, you then leave him to the side. You then bring in someone else in, and that next person, I would argue, would have to be not Ian. The next, you then look at Ian Matson. Ian Matson is the next one. He's not been used as left back, but that's his prime position, right? Ian Matson's prime position is left back, as I've said to you guys before, but he's been used in attack. So there's some place at least for him to be at if like another winger doesn't work. So Matson's got enough space and everything to do so. And the final player then you've got is Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall doesn't even want to be a left back from what I'm hearing. He wants to play in midfield. So and from what I'm hearing, even from Newcastle are saying they want him to be a fullback. So I'm not sure. I'm not understanding this, because left back for him is a secondary position. It's not even a primary position. So I understand why he's playing left back for us, but are you comfortable with Hall playing 38 games as left back if he doesn't really want to play there? That's the question you have to ask yourself too. I'm not sure, bro. The problem. Shout out to Strip Bear, first time commenter. So, bro, I understand that school of thought, and I would personally agree with that. I would much rather we sell Cucurella over Lewis Hall. But if you were in just a bit more early match, I was explaining the reality, I think, of what's going on, where the club need to sell now. I don't believe, and this is just a theory of mine. And I think it's the more I'm seeing about stuff, and the more the reports are coming out, I'm of the view that Gallagher's not going to get sold. I know a lot of people are not going to like me hearing that, but I don't think Gallagher's getting sold. And because of that, they're now looking for someone else that they can get a similar amount of money for in a similar amount of price range they probably would have gotten for Gallagher. And because of the fact they also can't move Cucurella, which is a two bonus, so Cucurella can't be moved. Gallagher's probably going to stay because of the fact Poch likes him. They're now looking for alternatives to move on, and I think it's probably between Ian Matson and Lewis Hall. But the fact Lewis Hall's not being played at all, barely in preseason, they're already about to send him out on loan, and they may believe that Ian Matson is the future for them. They've decided that Lewis Hall is the one that has to be cut alongside Chalobah. Essentially, those two heads have to roll. So that's I think what's going on so far, bro. So it is what it is. Big up the third. Big up the third. I think he's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I saw that you're trying to hijack Amrabat. Hopefully you do so, bro. In a way. Big ups to you, bro. Hey, big up, Ferrer. You're getting some sort of lick back. Making 30 million from him is mad profit, and Lewis was a good player, but I can see, I get that, bro. I get that. I don't know, man. I feel like it's I've seen some of the outrage about the Lewis Hall thing. The reality of the situation is, bro, he's not if he wants to play as the midfielder, it's not going to be happening. So I'm not sure where do you go next with him. So that's the question. Even Newcastle's midfield, you look at it, you've got the three midfield of Bruno Guimaraes, Joelinton, and I think the other one is Tonali, if I'm not mistaken. So Tonali, Joelinton, and Bruno Guimaraes, right? He doesn't get into that. And from what I know, a lot of these clubs are getting him because they see him as a left back primarily. So, and I don't, whether or not he wants to be the left back is another question indeed, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see indeed. Mm. Mm. Yeah, man. Yeah, Tonali, exactly. So at the end of the day, man, I'm not too worried about it. We move on, man. We move on indeed. Guys, listen, man. There's a bunch of you guys in here in the chat room. Make sure- please make sure to like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Get me to 790 subscribers, man. Only 4 of you to subscribe. Get me to 790 subscribers, please. Much appreciated as always. So yeah, man. I know that there's not that many people in here. Obviously, I know maybe some people may be watching the Man City game, some may not. But it is what it is, man. We move on, man. We move bombastically. So we'll keep marching on, man. We keep marching on, as I always say. So that's pretty much big update, Topsy, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well indeed. So I think that's pretty much it on Louis Hall, man. I don't really have anything else to say about him. Um, it is what it is. We just move on that one, and we keep marching on. I don't know why there's this level of outrage for him, man. At the end of the day, he's a top player. He's a good player, but he's not going to change the world for us. You know what I mean? He's not going to be moving mountains for us at the end of the day. That's what I should say. I think that's the right thing to say anyway. So let's all chill out for the time being, man. Let's all chill out about it. So let's move on to the next topic, and that is just quickly that Romeo Lavia, just breaking news right now, has completed his medical according to the Chelsea spot. Let me just bring that up for everyone to see. Romeo Lavia has completed his medical, so hey ho, he's all good to go. Just about seeing him in the uniform. We probably will be getting his announcement either tonight, probably at 8 o'clock ish. If not 8 o'clock ish, then probably around about I would say tomorrow. Then tomorrow morning, I would say midday ish. That's when we probably see the Romeo Lavia announcement video and that sort of thing. So yeah, and I've been thinking a lot more about how the squad is going to be shaping up. Post Lavia assignment and everything. I don't think, obviously, as you know, Alicia is not going to be here anytime soon. But the fact that Lavia's completed this thing, I think this is probably the team we're going to be looking at to be playing against West Ham next week. I don't think the back three will be existing again in the next game. So that's just, of course, my school of thought right there. So there we go. This is the sort of formation I came up with. Back to the 4-3-3. You have Sanchez in goal, Chilwell, Cole, Thiago Silva, Reece James. That's your back four. Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo as your three, and then you have Sterling and Madrid either side of Jackson. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But again, Madueke, he's getting back to match fitness. He's just come back from house, so I don't see him starting anytime soon. But I think we'll be seeing a lot more attacking football, a lot more staying on the field, and Enzo, cooking as always. So there's that too at the end of the day. So it is what it is, man. Um, but I wanted to actually speak about something else in particular, and that is in regards to the outgoings. So I'm just going to bring up the tweet now that was in regards to the outgoings, if you don't mind, guys. Bear with me for 1 hot second. So bunch of you in the chat, please make sure to like, share, subscribe as always. Like, share, subscribe as always. I only need 4 of you to sign. I only need 4 of you to get me to 790 subscribers, please. 790 subscribers, please. Much appreciated as always. So apologies while I bring this up. And that is on my boy Hakeem the Wizard Ziyech. So Chelsea remain wary of Hakim Ziyech move to Galatasaray after he twice came close and exit in the past several months before a last hitch meant that the deal collapsed. So essentially, I'll get to your question in a bit, bro. So it seems that from what I know, Ziyech has completed his medical. So that's the good news, guys, out of the way. We have to say alhamdulillah to that one, man. That guy, his knee was cooked. You know what I'm saying? The fact that people were crying about his knee, saying that he wasn't fit enough, strong enough, and that sort of thing. And obviously the fact that we were about to send to Saudi Arabia and then his knee destroyed any chance of us moving him on. But at the end of the day, he's going to get a test. It seems now the medical's been sorted out. I'm happy for him at the end of the day, and we can move on from him. Simple as that, really. Hopefully, he comes back from his knee injury stronger, better than always, and it's pretty much as simple as that, man. So, um, um, CFC 2023 says, Ahmed, what's your thoughts on loads of opposition fans saying we must win the league now? It's unrealistic because it's a new team and a new manager that needs time to gel. So top four is fine for me. CFC 2023, I think you represent what the thoughts that I have as well. A lot of these guys, I understand because we've won so much talent and everything. Yes, it's all well and good. Yes, in my opinion, I think we have a very good midfield, a very good defense. In my opinion, the goalkeeper is still, in my opinion, from what we've seen from him, it's not looking good, bro. In my opinion, I feel like it's somewhat of an improvement on Kepa, but is yet to see how good he is. I mean, in the games that we need to be good, will he be able to be stood up and be counted? Is another thing. In terms of our attack, again, I've said this before. Our attack currently is an unknown quantity. We don't know whether it will be successful or not successful. Jackson, unknown quantity, very young player. Mudryk, project player. Madueke, somewhat of a project player in my opinion. Elise, yes, he's going to be coming back from injury, but he's the only one that you can say he can give you some level of output. Sterling's another one that you can also make the argument for, but he's had such a decline. Whether or not he'll be back to his former best is another thing entirely as well. So, again, for me, it just comes down to Chelsea should be aiming for top four, simple as that, and an FA Cup or Carabao Cup trophy. That's what you have to do, man. That's what you have to do. It's simple as that. With what we've got now, that's what you have to do. Considering the fact there's already been rumours that Chelsea are also looking for a striker now as well in the market. So this is stuff that you must do, man. You must. I mean, it's no ifs or buts about Chelsea Football Club. You have to produce. It's as simple as that, really, for me. Excuse me. Just have a nice little drink there. Don't want to be losing my voice too. So let's move on quickly. So Sam Wallace says Chelsea are highly likely to listen to offers for Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah, who have both established themselves in the first team squad. Conor Masadoi, long out of the picture at Stamford Bridge, also expected to leave this summer. So from what we're hearing from here, Trevor Chalobah. So there's been another rumor from I think his name, the gentleman's name is called Chelsea source. He's reported that Chalobah is very, very likely to now to go to Nottingham Forest is like the end of the advanced negotiations for him. So the price you probably go for again, in my opinion, is probably around about 30 million. You're going to get 30 million to 35 million for Trevor Chalobah. Gallagher, I said to you guys before, you could probably get 45 million from. He's the most one. He's the one here where you can get the most amount of money for him for. You can almost get like an equivalent value that you probably got for Lavia, where Lavia went for us for around about 58 million pounds. Gallagher probably could get for 45 to 50 million pounds. However, and this is just my school of thought. People are not gonna like me saying this, but Conor Gallagher is not getting sold, guys. Many people may not like it. Many people may not like me hearing that. I know people on stream are not gonna like me hearing that too. Believe me, I don't like hearing that. But the fact that Pochettino loves him so much, he will probably be used as a Swiss Army knife for the midfield. Where if you need creativity or something like that, or we need someone that's gonna go a bit crazy and be the machine that we need him to be, as the backup, Gallagher is the one that the club is going to that Mauricio Pochettino is going to use. Mark my words. So many people may not like that. I may not like that personally, but that's what's going to happen. T Topsy, there's been no news yet on what the value has been, but considering the fact that we were about to get 8 million for CH from the Saudi club, I would assume it would probably be somewhere in that region or that value that we probably get Hakim Ziyech for value money for. So that's probably something that we're going to be looking at in the day. So hey ho. I just actually wanted to discuss this with you guys quickly. It seems that I'm actually having a look now. Let me just confirm this quickly, guys, and bear with me while I have a look at some of the news that we're getting. Bear with me. Nope, no, there was no breaking. I thought there was some breaking news, but there wasn't. But listen, man, moving on. I think for me, at the end of the day, man, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, who are you going to be? Who are we going to be selling? So, and let me bring this up. Shout out to Chelsea Source. So Chelsea Source, this guy's been quite reliable this summer. He just said, understand Chelsea and Newcastle on the brink of reaching an agreement on a permanent sale of Lewis Hall, being an initial loan with an obligation to buy of £31 million. Finally, to still be sorted out, but it looks all but done. And he's going to be cover for Dan Burns, I believe. He's been playing that forward position. And it's going to be interesting, Fun fact about Newcastle, they have a former player of ours, Timo Livramento, on one side, and now they have Lewis Hall, another who's set to become another former player of ours, on the other side of the I think so, right back and left back. Funny enough, with Lima Vented though, he didn't want to compete with Reece James, so that was one of the reasons why he left. And now, obviously, with Lewis Hall, it just seems that the club are trying to move him on as much as possible. It seems so. It is what it is, man. Sadly, the game's a game. Whether you want to admit it or not, it is what it is. Get your questions in, guys. Have you got anything else you want me to discuss? And it seems that the Sofian Amrabat news apparently is actually legit. So, oh damn, these men are really about to lose that. I agree. I think for me though, with Hall is that He's very. I think going forward, he's a great player. I definitely would say that for sure. I think going forward, he seems to show a lot of promise, but it's about the return action. I don't think defensively he's there yet, and that's the worry you got to have because it's then going to require two centre backs to be doing a lot of work to make sure to cover him, and I'm not sure. We saw defensively he was cooked, if we're being honest, and again that may be because of the fact that he's a young player and everything. So we shouldn't be we shouldn't be hating on that one. Yeah, Lewis Hall for 31 million is great business from the club, but we should have added a buyback clause in the deal since he's already really talented. Um, I agree with you, Tate Topsy, but the thing is, I probably thinking, and this is the school of thought, man, who would not have been sold if one of them, if Gallagher wasn't going to get sold? If Gallagher was sold, then Hall would have been sold. Would not have been sold. Sorry. So, if you want to, and again, that's just my theory. So that's the Ahmed Abdi theory. That's a Bridge 258 theory. If Gallagher goes and they sell Hall, that's completely different. But I don't believe that to be the case. I think that it's going to be Lewis Hall and Chalobah plus Hudson Odoi that will all leave the club, and that will be the profit that the club will just about need, in my opinion. So it's pretty much as simple as that, in my opinion. So, oh yeah, just quickly, Caicedo obviously when he had his first training session, he's going to actually be wearing the number 25. As you know, for Chelsea, yep, I agree with that, Tate Topsy. But the reality of the situation is, yeah, I think he would have may have stayed if Cucurella again, if Cucurella had basically, been able to be moved on. But the fact with Cucurella is that he's just a bad product right now. You can't move him on. It's very hard to move on a bad product. You paid 61 million for him, record defining. You've then tried to move. You've then had a season of him being extremely poor, having an absolute stinker and everything. So you can't even move him on from that school of thought too. And then finally, you've had a thing about preseason where he's even gone looked like he's worse. So it's not looking good for him. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good, bro. For any team or any player that's trying to move on, Lewis or Cucurella. So there's that anyway. So Chilwell was never moving on. Like I'm pretty sure all of us can agree, Chilwell is not going to get sold, whether we like it or not. This season is a big season for him. If he does do well, then he can stay here for as long as he wants. And the fact that he's been extended only proves that to me even more. Guys, half an hour, just about half an hour in. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Get me to 790 subscribers. I'm literally 3 away. Only 3 of you to subscribe. 3 of you, please, to subscribe. Please, let's make sure for that to happen, please. Thank you very much. And get the likes up, guys, man. Get the likes up, please. We need to get 15 likes, man. Let's get to 15 likes, please, as well. Big up, Stephanie. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, man. Now, I think that's pretty much some of the main news. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, the shirt came out. I managed to cut myself the Chelsea Football Club shirt. I'll definitely be doing an unveiling for the shirt. Hopefully, I think he said it's going to come the 25th of August for me. So that will be 16 plus 9, which will be 25. So we should be here next week, Wednesday. So I'll make sure to show it to you guys. It's sponsorless too, luckily for me. I've got it sponsorless. I have no name on it because I'm a big Elise fan. So I'm going to wait for Elise to get confirmed. And then I'll have Elise like written at the back of the shirt for me. Yeah, I already got the shirt, bro. Yeah, I already bought this. It's already on its way. I bought it online, literally. I always buy the regular ones. You know what I'm saying? I don't really buy the match worn shirts because honestly, that's just a waste of money. Just get the OG shirts. You know what I'm saying? There's no point of wearing like a match worn shirt. Like I don't understand what the difference is. Like what hype? I'm not playing footy IRL, so it is what it is. But yeah, you can get them in a gold version. By the way, you can get the back in a gold version. But obviously, that's just a normal version. It's not the Premier League version. The Premier League version is in complete white. So that's something to take into consideration as well. But yeah, you know what, man? Before we go into this, let's talk about some of this other news. Obviously, this is Chelsea's in the hunt for a centre back, for a goalkeeper now to be the number 2 option or possible number 1 option if need be, if Sanchez gets injured, and that is Georgi Petrovic. He plays in the MLS and he plays for New England Revolution. He's 23 years old. He's quite a young player from what I've heard. A lot of teams are apparently after him in Europe too. So maybe Chelsea scouts are getting it right again. You've obviously got Gaga Selina from Chicago, from Chicago too. I want Angaho should not be sold. No, you mean Lewis? Anarchy? Do you mean Lewis Hall? If you're saying Lewis Hall, then I understand your score of Anaku. I've said this before. I was saying this to a lot of people. Losing Lewis Hall is not a nice feeling as well. So, but it's just the reality, I think, of the situation that we're currently in. That is, I think, forcing the club to do so. I think, in my opinion, at the end of the day. But you can check out the live stream. I'll have a recording for it anyway. We can see where my thoughts are on that one, bro. Um, I heard the GK you mentioned is a good shot stopper, but I have no clue. Exactly, I have no clue. Sadly, I didn't watch the MLS, so it's not my. It's too late for me. I'm in the UK, so I haven't watched them at all. But two MLS goalkeepers could be relatively smart business as chemistry in the goalkeeping department. Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. Also, as this, a little bit of an American click that we may need. Allows them to be done. Yep, Gaga Solina and Petrovic would be a good duo anyway. So we'll see, man. And you know what, man? Moving on from the goalkeeping situation, as I have nothing else to say to him at all. I think you know what it is. CFC 2023. I think if I think look at it from the school of what people are saying, I think because he's looked so good last season when we were really bad, and the fact that he looks very good going forward, and he seems to be a talent that people do not want him to be sold. And I get that school of thought. There's obviously and people are like when you've got guys like Cucurella being a backup, Lewis Hall should be like at least be deserving to get that backup spot. But the reality of the situation is, and I've said this before, I said this early in the stream. Cucurella is unsellable. You can't move this guy on. Right now, he's a dead weight to the club. The club probably have been trying to move him on quite a few times, but the fact that they can't even get a loan off of a Cucurella right now is a damning indignation on the indictment on the club because they can't even move on this guy. So I'm not sure what people are expecting. So that again, that's just my school of thought at the end of the day. So you may agree or disagree with me. All right. Let me just check if there's other news. Guys, get your questions in. 33 minutes in. Again, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. I'm here for you every single day, giving you non-stop news. Two away from 790. Let's get to 790, please. Two away from 709. Only two views to get me to 790 subscribers, please. Thank you very much. Uh, let's move on. Yeah. So El Wahi. So as you guys know, El Wahi is a top talent. Plays for Montpellier, striker. Club's been after him. They had a 30 million euro bid rejected for him. West Ham apparently have a verbally offered 35 million euros for El Wahi. Apparently, it seems that according to Santi JFM, he has chosen to join West Ham. There were earlier reports from Fabrice Hawkins saying that the Chelsea project has may have swayed El Wahi, considering the fact they're buying Elise or buying Lavia, or buying Caicedo. We have quite a squad in currently brewing at Chelsea Football Club. So maybe that might have changed his mind, but it doesn't seem so. So it seems that El Wahi now is going to West Ham. I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Are you happy? Are you unhappy that you've sadly missed out on him, or not? I'll be interested to see everyone's different schools of thought on that because I know some people are big fans of El Wahi. So hey ho, man, it is what it is, man. We just move. Okay, so let's move on now to our boy Michael Elise. Chelsea are closing on Michael Elise. Something to be clarified with the with the release clause. Oh, I can't read it. With the mechanism of the release clause, and then the deal will be done too. So, um, with Michael Elise again, I've said this before. Michael Elise for me is the perfect guy to be getting. I know many of us would want Kudus, but I disagree on that one personally. So if you looked at the game yesterday against Liverpool, creativity is the thing that we're missing. Elise provides that in droves. He has the ability to give you the final ball. In my opinion, he's also very good at in my opinion, free kicks. Particularly again we saw with the Man United one at Selhurst Park where he was able to do the equalizer to slash Roman Ivanchev's please that it is not worth agreeing to the inevitability. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by that, bro. If you wanna like make if you wanna like what's it called explain yourself, that would be much helpful, bro, if you don't mind. But going back to it, yeah, again, final ball's good. He's able to provide, he's able to make assists, and that's what matters to me at the end of the day. And that's what you're probably looking at from a football club perspective. CFC 2023 says, I like Merkel Elise as well. He's injured at the moment and won't be back until September, October. Yep, he will not be back until the end of September. beginning of October. But remember, we have like an international break, so I think that helps us in the sense that at the very least we're going to be able to what's the word in English I'm looking for? We're going to be able to look after him. He's going to be able to come back at full health, give him the time that he needs, and there's going to be games that are going to be missed at the very least. So there'll be time off where the team won't be playing, and we won't be needing him at all. So it's all good. It's all good indeed. So again, I'm not too worried about that at all. Let me just take a drink of water, guys. I'm really thirsty today. 36 minutes in. Please make sure again to like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Much appreciated as always. Thank you guys again for coming along. It's always appreciated being able to see you guys here. Thank you very much, guys. You've taken 709 subscribers. If you could buy a striker now, who would the number one striker be? Would you be happy just with Jackson? Who I like? So I think there's a fundamental question that we need to ask ourselves. I'm going to sit down very properly here and look straight at the camera for this one. So when it comes down to the striker situation, are there, skilled, experienced old strikers around? The only one that I can think of that I've heard other people talk about is Taremi. Taremi, in my opinion, does not suit the way we currently play. So he's out of it. The reality situation is, do you trust Jackson to be the number one striker? From my school of thought, if you're a Chelsea Football Club, you believe that Jackson's the future. You've paid 32, 33 million in him. He's a low risk, low reward player. You also may believe that Broha as a future at this club and maybe a good top striker too, then this is what you have to do. You bring in another guy that's probably going to be behind Jackson that you believe can compete with him and maybe take over him. Who that would be, I don't know. I think Elia Wahi was the club's OG initial thought, and sadly that hasn't been able to pan out for them at all. So then you look at that, then you say who else is now available on the market for us to do that? We don't know. So it's difficult, man. It's difficult right now. Obviously, you've got Devin Washington as well, who the club have brought in. He's very young, very raw talent. I'm not sure that he's ready as well to be, someone to be competing with Jackson. Vlahovic, we know about, and that's definitely not going to be happening. That's not on the table anymore. Kolo Muani again, I don't think so. He's probably set to go to PSG too. So you're running out of options. You're running out of recipes very fast. So unless the club already has someone in mind who they want to bring in, I don't know. There was like some rumor I heard today about Ollie Watkins, but Ollie Watkins is going to cost you a fortune, 70 million at best to go and get Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. And even then, I'm not a big fan of Ollie Watkins personally. So let's just move on from him too. Okay. I know about Guiri. Guiri or Kalomendi is another one. But again, Kalomendi and Thingy are very young players. They're not. They're very still raw talents. They still need time. Waxaan qaadaa in Chelsea ay ku dhammaysan doontaa kaalinta saddexaad ama ayay ku guuleysan doontaa Premier League. Ani waxaan ku dhihi lahay ina afar ma saddex noqono Premier League saas u malaa aniga. Cupka daarayno, cupka FA Cupka ama Carabao Cupka raayna aniga. Saas aniga dheh. Yeah, I think we need someone as a backup, but there's not that many options out there. That's the problem, bro. Right now, you look at the striker situation, right? You know what, man? I know a lot of people may not like this. This is a hot take here. A 1 year from Nottingham Forest, he moves me. I wouldn't mind having someone like in a 1 year as a backup, bro. Yep, would Ololipop? Yeah, Ziyech is going to Turkey, bro. Big ups to you, bro. First time I've seen you here chatting. Big ups to you, bro. Always a pleasure to see you here. But big ups to you as well. I think for me, man, I wouldn't mind him. I don't know what people think. If this is a shout, I want you from Nottingham Forest. I think I like him a lot. He looks talented. His hold-up play is very good. Particularly with his hold-up play, he can probably allow our wingers to come from either side. It's a little pass from there, little pass from there. Mudryk or Lise, Madueke, possibly Sterling, possibly if need be, and then you can cut in and shoot. I feel like that is a good option to have. I don't know, maybe if you guys disagree with me or not, but you could be a solid backup. I know someone else called Gift Orban. Gift Orban is the other one. You know what I'm saying? Gift Orban. He plays for Genk. Top player, please. Top player, bro. January Chelsea or Badantai in a headshot. Ivan Tony. Yeah, Ivan Tony is the one I've always wanted. If you want to bring him up as a starter, if you want a starter that was gonna be could really compete alongside Nicholas Jackson, then Ivan Tony is the one you go for. Big up Alex, bro. Hope you're doing well. Umar Khalil says, Olise update. We've activated the release course. I think we're still looking at finding out. So we're still waiting for one or two things, and then we're gonna get it all sorted out, bro. That's pretty much it on that one, Umar Khalil, bro. Hope you do well. First time I've seen you in chat. What's your thoughts on that Brentford player in Burma? I think he's MBEU in Burma. That's how it's. Ed, I don't know how you that's fine. CFC 2023. And Burma is a quality player, but again, is he good enough to be a backup at Chelsea Football Club? You know what I'm saying, bro? That's the thing. And the thing is, Mbemo is not even a striker, bro. He's a winger, unironically. So, we already have enough wingers. So I don't think Mbemo is gonna work. So hey, big Alex Ostuni. Hey, bro, it's all right, man. It's all right, bro. Relax, bro. It's all right. Chill out. Yeah, we all have stuff to do, man. Guys, 30 of you in here. I'm 10 away now from 700. I want 800 subscribers. Only 10 away, guys. Only 10 of you to subscribe. Come on, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button ASAP, man. I need those subscribers right now, please. Much appreciated, always, please. Only need literally 10 of you to subscribe right now. 10 of you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, man, let's go back to it. Obviously, let's have a little laugh at Liverpool, which is going to be having a laugh at Man United too. Liverpool are now informed that Sofian Amrabat, as ID reported, no formal bid yet. There's contact to be informed of the condition of the deal. No decision made yet. Liverpool are still exploring a market to pick new favorite DM. To be honest, Zapata from Atalanta ain't a bad backup. Zapata, is he still at Atlanta though? I swear, I thought he was being moved on this season, but Zapata's one where I'm interested to see what happens with him because I don't know, man. I feel like if you said this to me 2 to 3 seasons ago, I would have been happy with having Zapata at the football club, but not really anymore, bro. Not really anymore. Big up Jacob, bro. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. But that's the thing, bro. The thing with Zapata as well, he's been playing at Atalanta. No disrespect to Atalanta as someone that watches Atalanta. He's not good enough, man. He's not really enough. Yeah, King Mo, واقري لكن هلا انا هاك وحانك كفكرنا دال له لسي ايفن توني مربنا جنري قف هدا وبهناي اللي هو سترايكر يا هدا لكيني كرامر وجديه قلتت وكوش نيكلاس جاكسون انا شقي قرته واحد انا على ويدي سونا انا قال ويدي انا so yeah, but that's the thing, bro. It's Syria A. I know that's wrong of me to say. That's extremely wrong of me to say, but that is Syria A. Sometimes it's not. It doesn't always necessarily, process into that. So, but it is. But that's pretty much the school of thought that I have personally speaking. So we'll see on that one again, man. That's all it is, man. Excuse me. So let's now move on. I actually have a couple of thoughts now. I don't think there's that much Chelsea news left for me to talk about, unless there's some random breaking news at 8 o'clock. Then I don't think so. Let me have a cheeky look. No, no, not really. It's been a very slow day today. But that's pretty much it. We know what? We'll get your questions in. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys, get your questions in. Obviously, still got a bit of time left. Maybe there might be some news that gets released at 8 o'clock that I'm unaware of. But other than that, man, I don't think there's anything that's happening as of yet. So this is gonna be a nice, relaxing, short stream. So let's chill out, bro. Let's relax. Ian Matson. I think Ian Matson, bro. Ian Matson. I think he's probably going to be staying at a football club. I think sadly, Lewis Hall is the one that's going to be moved on. I'm already hearing something about £31 million to Newcastle obligation to buy. So I think that's pretty much it. Listen, man, I prefer the slow days, man. Like you saw, like what was happening over the weekend, bro. I was doing like back to back streams CFC 2023. So it's great to not be doing that much news on a slow day, man. It's good to relax for once in a while. Damn. So, oh yeah, this is something. This is some news actually. That I wanted just to bring up on. You guys know I spoke to you guys about thingy. Here we go. Nottingham Forest did show interest in Trevor Chalobah. The club were open to in conversations, but the player swiftly rejected any negotiation. Talks weren't unanswered anyway advanced. So, for people asking Lewis Hall, we'll provide you with an update when you have one. But until then, I'll take Fleetwood Instructions' word as true. So, according to the Chelsea spot, big ups to them. They are the big Chelsea account. They are saying that you know, that stuff is on. Are you going to be doing Luis's stream? Oh yeah, the Man City Sevilla game. I might, if I might do it if I have to be honest, if there's a watching. But I'm just gonna. But this is my usual stream, so. But the thing of Chalobah, yeah, his options are running out too for him personally. Who else is gonna go for him? I said, I've always predicted that maybe West Ham will come in for him for a 30 to 35 million pound bid, and I think that would be a good place for him to go anyway. You'll be getting Europa League football. You'll be playing regularly football. We're playing in the centre back partnership a lot more regularly. Him and Aguerd will be playing together. That would be a very good centre back partnership anyway. Compared to Nottingham Forest, where it would be fighting relegation if we're trying to be truly honest as well. So hey ho, man. I think with Chalobah, bro, if you're smart, you go to, in my opinion, to West Ham. Try to get the West Ham move. If you get the West Ham move, bro, you're Gucci, you're in. Mm. So that's just again me. Uh, that's pretty much it. Yep. Apparently, according to Santi JFM, he's a very reliable source. By the way, he has confirmed that he is going there. So he's a very reliable, from what I know. For sure, he's very reliable. So if he says that's happening, then that is happening. Yup. So you know what, guys, we've got to cut it here for today. Not that much news coming out today. Usually, there's a lot more news that usually comes out, but I'm afraid today, not that much news at all. But it is what it is. We move bombastically. But thanks again for coming along and watching the stream. It's always a pleasure. We'll end it here for today. And as always, please make sure to stay blue. Have a nice one, guys.